welcome to my channel. Today is going to be something kind of fun and a review, but also in the spirit of Halloween. I am going to give you a Snow White inspired makeup look. I don't look like Snow White. I don't. I will kind of do something with my hair, and like I said, inspired is the key word here. Besame, which you guys know I love. I have featured their lipsticks. I reviewed their stick foundation. It didn't quite work the best for me, but I love their makeup. It is a vintage inspired makeup line out of LA, but they sell worldwide. And they collaborated with Disney and they launched a Storybook Snow White shadow palette. Oh my gosh. When I saw this, the DS2, am I getting that right? D2 convention. It's basically like a Disney crazy fan convention in Anaheim. I think that was in July. They previewed what this was going to look like. There is an entire 1937 collection. I think there's supposed to be more pieces. I think there was a mirror as well. I did not get. So the palette actually looks like the way the movie opens with that book. Oh my God. So if you want to, yeah, look, little mirror, fairest of them all, and look at her sweet face. Gosh, she is, so what they've done is they've given you kind of a chart of the illustration for all the different colors in the animation palette that they have created in eyeshadow colors. Basically, it's her outfit. So this entire chart is what the color is for her outfit. So you can see, you know, that's her outfit. And then they recreated an entire palette. And you can see here the corresponding, so like what the collar was, what the sleeve was. Yeah. So this is available. This was available. Now it's not, but then it will be again. It does say on there, it's like, put your email in for more information. So fingers crossed they are going to launch it again soon. Okay, so if you are I don't have to tell you the type of person that's gonna like this. If you're a Disney freak, if you're a Snow White freak, if you're a vintage makeup, I mean, if you're cinema, movie, I mean, there are so many things as a collector that you might be interested in. And if you've got someone on your Christmas list and you think this would be perfect for them, it is not cheap. I think it was $60. Then I would go to their website and put your email in to register to be notified. I got notified that day, the day it was made available. I got my email notifying me, and I went and I clicked on it and I bought it, and it was no problem at all. So hopefully it'll be like that. They're also coming out with some new Agent Carter makeup items. They haven't disclosed what, but they have a little teaser for the Marvel fans out there, people who do cosplay, people who do Disney bounding. If you don't know what that is, get on Instagram and check it out. There are so many cute accounts. So I'm going to give you a little bit of trivia that you can skip for the next 2 minutes if you want about me personally, why Snow White is so special. Okay, so Snow White was my favorite story as a child. So when I was 4 years old, we had these giant Disney storybooks, and I would look through them, and Snow White was the story, and it had the illustrations from the movie, and it had, I mean, it was a big volume of all the Disney cartoons and stuff, you know, up until 1970 or whatever. So I would look through it and it would be my favorite thing ever. I couldn't even read. I would make my mom read it for me over and over and over. And my mom would always listen to opera and classical music when she was home during the day, and my older brother and sister were at school. And so it would just be me, and I'd be playing with my Barbies and my dolls. And if there was dramatic music, I would put on my ballet shoes and I would dance around the kitchen, and I would pretend I was Snow White. And then I would eat a poison apple, and I would fall and faint to the ground and die. Well, I would go to sleep, and I actually would fall asleep. My mother has a picture of me as a child lying on the kitchen floor, conked out, and that's where I took my nap, because my dramatic play led to exhaustion, and my mom was like, I'm just gonna leave her there. So my husband knew this about me and knew that Snow White has always been like, when we see Snow White at Disneyland, I have to stand in line to get a picture with her. Like, I'm just like, oh, Snow White, you know? And I don't know why, like, I just love Snow White, you know? And so when he proposed to me using a Snow White music box, that jewelry box that you get as a little kid with the spinny thing that plays the music. And that's where the engagement ring was. And he had like a Snow White tie, and he just was all Snow White. And it was all very romantic, of course, in like a hotel room and just the two of us. But he did use the theme of Snow White, and so that has always been very near and dear to me. And so every now and then he'll give me like a little Snow White thing, and it's just very sweet. So that is my Snow White reason of why I love it. So I'm almost like, I don't want to touch this, but I will, because you know I'm kind of crazy like that. I'm going to go with the top row. Okay, this is Pastel 10. Wow, these feel good. By the way, this is the very first ever eyeshadow launch for Besame, which is another reason why I went kind of crazy for it. Red 14, Holly 104, and Pastel 101. And I did that kind of weird. These are all mattes. There are no shimmers. There are no glitzy metallics. So there is a very poor swatch. I'm sorry, but that's the first row. They are not like crazy. This isn't like, oh my God, it's the craziest pigmentation I've ever felt. They're nice, but I don't think that they're gonna be off the charts. Okay, Gray 106. Ooh, that's kind of Saddle 106, Java 103, which is really just gray, Royal 111, this is so part of her, I can just see it, and that's a little bit patchy. Let me see, Pastel 6, such a sweet yellow. Okay, Pastel 6 is a little thin. But let's take a look. Oh, but it swatches nicely. Third row. Pastel 105. I'm sorry if you didn't see the first two because I'm dumb. Okay, that's pretty good. Salmon 103. Beige 106. Ooh, that is a very interesting color. Kind of an army green. Gray 111, which looks very charcoal. That's a good one. And then Brick 105. That's pretty. You see that? That's actually pretty. Last row, Rose 300. That is like a nice soft taupe. Aqua 108. Ooh, that feels good. Look at that. Cocoa 103. Such a pretty mauve. Taupe 102. That is a very gray taupe. And Mist 104. These are kind of all your blues and mauves. I have stuff all over my sleeve. You see that? So pretty good. I am going to go over my entire lid with Rose 300. I shouldn't say my entire lid. Or I should say my mobile lid. I'm gonna go with Cocoa 103. This is kind of the... I'm also gonna go in with Taupe 102. Using a different brush, going in right here. So if you're wondering, these shades were actually provided by the Disney Artistic Department to Besame for their product development. So these are the most accurate shades you're going to get. There might be some other fairy tale theme inspired makeup products out there, but without a Disney actual partnership. They're, you know, they're basically an interpretation. And also maybe copyright infringement. I don't know how long those items can last, because Disney's so frickin'... Anyway. Okay, so that is very basic and not that special. I am going to fill in though with some Pastel 105 under my brow. My aunt lived in Germany in the town where the Grimm's brothers are from. And it is very fairy tale looking. The old buildings, the cobblestone streets. I'm going to take a detail edge brush. I'm going to go in gray 111, which is that black charcoal. I blinked. You want it very sweet and soft. And I am going to go in my waterline with a white pencil that I can find. Where are you? There you are. Taking my amazing concealer, and I am putting that on. All right. Okay, I put a lot of concealer because I was just wearing a very thin amount of foundation, and I was actually wearing the Amazing Cosmetics foundation, and it just does not have the coverage I need. So I'm kind of almost pulling it down my face like foundation, which, you know, why not? Using the Cover FX powder. I am going to take a this is the Essence Satin Blush, and I'm going to generously apply it on my cheeks to look soft and innocent. This is called Satin Love. Let's do eyebrows. Snow White's eyebrows are quite thin, so we are not going to be accurate to those. I am going to use my usual, the NYX I have. I need to put on mascara. I'm going to do very long, flirty lashes. I think you could do false lashes in this case. I might. Got the Grande Lash Primer. Okay, don't even ask me how I did the hair because it was really hard. No, it's not that hard. It's just, so I curled it and then I gave myself a middle part and then I brushed it with a brush, okay, to try to mold the sort of the waves. And then I put the ribbon up in it like a headband and I pushed these parts kind of, I smushed them forward and then kind of poofed them up and sprayed them. And then I tucked, it looks really bad in the back because I just basically tucked it under and then put a bunch of pins, and it's, the hair is actually kind of like scooped under the ribbon. So it's sort of my little, it's like a blonde Snow White. Anyway, I'm gonna do my lips now. And I've got a Besame liner, and this is the dual liner, and I think it is, I think I got it from Sephora, but I think it's on their website. Might be a limited edition. I don't know. It just has a really good red. And then I'm using 1935 red, just because this is sort of more historically appropriate. Okay, and now Snow White has a very delicate little mouth. She is so sweet. Wait, that's the mirror. She's so sweet. Okay. So I'm gonna line my lips, but I'm gonna kind of not go all the way out. So I'm gonna do a little bit of like a 20s Clara Bow type lip. I'm gonna make the top a little rounder than what my Cupid's bow is, just to kind of and one more look at the eyeshadow. All very retro, period. I hope you liked the transformation of Snow White. It's fun. I love pretending and playing dress up, and this is just so cute. I'm a vintage, I just love vintage stuff. I will list Besame below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will put in the iCard above my Halloween looks from last year. You can check them out, and I will see you next time. Bye.